All right, hey, welcome to the Fantasy Football Show, the December 22nd Fantasy Football Show. It's a special segment of the Father, Son, and Holy Sport Weekly Podcast. What's up, T?
What's going on, G-Man? Excited. Here we are. Me and you, Final Four. Come on.
Hey, all right. It's getting exciting now, man. This COVID stuff is hitting everybody. The injuries, man, who's going to survive this thing? It's getting exciting. This is where being a general manager of a team really pays off, man. We got to pull it out of the hat. Hey, if you didn't make your fantasy playoffs and you're still listening, you can still get great advice and fantasy buzz with DFS picks. You can play daily fantasy. So make sure you check out our Big Bet Show. Get some tips over there too. Hey, y'all, if you like what you're seeing here on the Fantasy Show, press the like and subscribe. You can find us wherever you play your podcasts. We're everywhere at Father, Son, and Holy Sport. Let's kick it off with hot and cold, the hot and cold
All
game.
right.
G-Man picks a hot one. T-Man picks a cold one. And these hot ones we're picking are middle of the pack, someone a little bit cheaper on DFS who can find you some bargains for you to win DFS and win your fantasy. T-Money's going after cold starters that you might want to bench, or they're going to break your heart, man. He's picking at 58% clip on his cold pick. So if you pick somebody cold, man, you better question whether you're going to start him. And keep in mind, we're recording the shows on Tuesday or Wednesday, so a lot can change. I'm going to start off with my hot picks at quarterback. I'm going with the man behind me, Matthew Stafford, as my hot QB, projected at 20 points. Okay, stepping out here. On DraftKings, he's going for 6,700, not cheap, but a good value. Stafford and the Rams are salivating. They got a chance to win this NFC West. They can break in there. They're playing the Vikings this week, who have a poor secondary. So these guys have a chance to put up a stat line. The Vikings rank 26th against quarterbacks in fantasy this season. And prior to the 16 fantasy points Stafford put up last night, because they chose to run the ball, he had scored at least 23 points in 3 consecutive contests. I'm going Stafford to beat that 20-point projection.
All right. I like Stafford, man. He's been great lately. My cold QB here, Derek Carr, projected at 14.3 versus Denver. Only had 10 versus the Browns. Just a weird, crappy game from him. But over the last he's only been over 14, 2 of the last 7 games. So after a super hot start, he has not been great as of late. So Derek Carr, this Denver defense is really legit, really good defense. I think it'll be a low scoring game and Derek Carr is going to be cold. And like G said, these are a lot of times guys that you could either flex out, that you might have other options for, or especially in DFS that you want to stay away from.
Oh, man. Good pick. All right, I like that. Let's go to running back. I like Javonte Williams on that Denver team that's playing Carr, only projected at 14.0. He's going for $6,100 in daily fantasy on DraftKings. Broncos at the Raiders. He's received at least 14 carries, though, in 4 straight games, even though Melvin Gordon is still hanging around. He's still getting the touches, team money, so he's been targeted 19 times down the stretch. He scored 4 touchdowns in 4 straight games. He has 342 yards over the course of the past 3 weeks. So I just think that in this matchup where they're giving up, the Raiders are 30th in fantasy points to opposing running backs. I think Gordon and Williams can both survive here and do well. Go with Javonte Williams to deliver another big performance.
All right. I like it. My cold running back here, and I'm sorry to break your heart, G, but it's Saquan Barkley. All right. Saquon Barkley projected 14.1. He's going up against Philadelphia. They have a sneaky good defensive line. He's only been over 14 one time in 5 games since he's come back from injury. So clearly still affecting him, or the Giants don't trust him. Mainly a lot of times they're trailing, so they need to pass. But he's not had a single game over 64 rushing yards yet since his return. I just don't see where this 14 is going to come from unless he gets a touchdown. And I don't see the Giants scoring a touchdown.
Hey, you're putting a jinx on me, man, because I know you know how to pick, but he's bound to break out here, man. But hey, man, I respect your pick. Let's go to the wide receivers. I'm going with a hot wide receiver on a team that needs receivers this week. You know who I'm talking about. It's TB12's team. Antonio Brown
Oh, yeah.
stepping forward here, only projected 13.8. Heck of a buy on DraftKings, team money, only going for $4,900. There's a good buy for all you DFS players. Last time Antonio was on the field in week 6, it was way back in week 6, 24 points. The game before that, 31 points. This week, he's going to be the focal point without Godwin, without Fournette, maybe without Evans. Who else are they going to throw to, my man? Tom Brady should look toward Antonio Brown, go with them to beat his projection.
Totally agree with everything you just said there. Shocked he's that low projection. Cold wide receiver this week. Someone I really talked about this whole year, Jalen Waddle. 14.2, the Miami Dolphins receivers playing New Orleans. They kept Brady and them boys to 0 total points scored. Miami's going to struggle versus this elite defense here. And I think Marshawn Lattimore, one of the best corners in the league, completely shuts down Jalen Waddle here. And Tua, the check down king, looks for somewhere else instead of a tight window given by the Saints defense.
Hey, love that. Love that. Love your little anecdotes you throw in there. Let's go to the next game called Take or Mistake. Take a Mistake. These are crucial waiver wire and substitution picks for you guys. I pick a player that had a big week last week, an unusually big week, and I asked Team Money, should we take the bait or was last week a mistake? I'm surprising him with the picks. He does not know who I'm going to give him. I'm going to start off with the quarterback, Tyler Huntley, another Tyler. This guy plays for Baltimore. Tyler Huntley completed 28 passes for 250 yards and 2 touchdowns on Sunday, plus he rushed for 73 yards and 2 more scores. 36 fantasy points. Can Huntley continue filling in for Lamar Jackson, assuming he starts, with confidence in week 16 versus the Bengals? Team Money. Is Tyler Huntley a take or would that be a mistake?
I think it's a take. This guy is almost what the Lamar Jackson owners were hoping for. He's rushing. He's getting rushing touchdowns. He's throwing for about 202 touchdowns. I mean, this is what Lamar was supposed to be this whole year, but he's been so disappointing. And this is the same system, a very similar player, and he's a motivator. The guys have rallied around him. I like him as a take to continue this.
Wow. Okay. Hey, let's go to running back. I'm going to throw out to you, Team Money, Duke Johnson. Miami's Duke Johnson. I know you can't take that Duke Johnson's out there in the limelight. Dolphins running back Duke Johnson excelled on Sunday. Total 107 rushing yards, 20 receiving yards, and 2 touchdowns on his way to 26 fantasy points. Can fantasy managers deploy Johnson in their lineups this week against the Saints, or will Myles Gaskin take back over in week 16? Team Money, is Duke Johnson a take or would that be a mistake?
I think that is a mistake, mainly because they played the Jets. Okay, let's pump the brakes on Duke Johnson balling out versus some elite team. He played a Division III football team last weekend. They're not going to continue this. That was a mistake. Gaskin's fine. Ahmed is there. It's just too crowded and not good enough of an offense. It's a mistake.
Hey, let's go to a rookie wide receiver on the Lions, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Amon-Ra St. Brown caught 8 of 11 targets for 90 yards and a touchdown on Sunday, totaled 23 fantasy points. The rookie now has 35 targets over the past 3 weeks. Can St. Brown continue the success in Atlanta in week 16? Team Money, is Amon-Ra St. Brown a take or would that be a mistake?
I think this is a take. Ooh. He's had double-digit targets the past few weeks. I mean, he's getting the looks. I mean, if he gets a touchdown, like you said, he's going to score 20-plus points. It's just a volume play at this point. I like him as a solid flex option. You know, I hope he's not your wide receiver 1 because he is still playing for the Detroit Lions. Okay, so just caution there. You know what I mean? But he's also playing Atlanta this weekend, so it's an easy team. I would take this week especially.
Hey, good insight, Team Money. You're helping people win their fantasy league. We hope you're loving the new fantasy football show brought to you by Father, Son, and Holy Sport. You know that we love you. And if you love us, press the like and subscribe and look for our podcasts and our mini segments on all the platforms at Father, Son, and Holy Sport. If you're interested in sponsoring or being a guest on our fantasy show, reach out to us. Team Money, we're on opposite sides of the bracket, but both of us are in the Final Four in our fantasy playoffs. I'll meet you in the finals.
All right. See you in the finals next week, G.
Hey, Merry Christmas from everyone here at Father, Son, and Holy Sport to all of you.
All right. See ya.